Y'all know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, and we're back. Coronavirus edition. This stuff's real, man. So yeah, caught the virus. Go ahead, drop that real quick. Still making stuff move, man. Making stuff shake. I'm not gonna let this lay me down, man. I feel like once you stop moving, you start dying. Facts, you can quote me on that. So today we're gonna get into Casper, man, and how the yard got flooded, how the guard got jumped. Some of these things y'all won't believe, but I'm gonna give it to y'all anyway. You know, I know this to be fact, man. A lot of people, if you can't see it, you don't believe it. You know what I mean? That's the majority of people. Like, if you ain't lived it, you can't understand it. You can't believe it. But I'm gonna give it to y'all. We had this dude named Casper show up at the prison I was at. And Casper was a contract killer out of California. Casper killed 2 people in Cali. Came to Virginia for whatever reason. Ended up shooting a dude out here with the same gun that he killed the 2 people back out west with. So of course they tied the gun to 2 murders out there. He got knocked off on it here. But here it was considered, it was kind of like 2nd degree because it was self-defense. Dude was trying to rob him. He shot dude in the bathroom at like a little restaurant or something, and got jammed up, got sent to prison. So he knew. I remember when he showed up, he told everybody right away. He had, I think it was like 10, 15 years to do here in Virginia, and then he had to go to California to do a whole pile of time that he had to do out there for the 2 bodies. He shows up, and he wasn't like everybody else in a sense of, you know, how he carried himself and how he looked. This dude had Hitler tattoos on him, swastikas, bolts. And I'm not talking about little tattoos that he was trying to hide. I'm talking about like one of his whole entire legs was a portrait dedicated to just Hitler. With Hitler standing there with his hand in the air, Nazi planes flying in the background, flags. All the racist stuff you would expect out of a racist tattoo. You know, bolts on him, swastikas on his pec, swastikas here, swastikas there. But everybody rocked with Casper, man. And that was for one reason. No sooner than he showed up, he was the plug. This dude hit the yard, and he hit the yard running. He got to connect soon as he got in there. And at the time, there were guards here and there. They were bringing it in. And people were getting stuff from the visiting room. Everybody knows how it goes down. But that wasn't Casper's story, man. Casper wasn't getting a little bit here and there. I bought a lot of weed off Casper. You know what I mean? And like I said, black dudes mess with Casper. White dudes, Spanish dudes, everybody rocked with Casper, man. Because though he had his beliefs, he was never disrespectful, never pushed it towards nobody. Never called nobody out their name. He didn't kick it with no particular race. He dealt with everybody. Casper slept a couple cells down from me. And I didn't know how real it was with Casper until he called me to his cell one day and was like, yo, you trying to make some money? And I was like, I'm always down to make money. That's what I do. What's up? He was like, I just need you to watch the door while I bag up. And I'll throw you some weed when I'm done. I'm like, bet, easy money. I'm standing there. This man folds his mat back and pulls out a ½ pound. 8 ounces of weed just like that. Wrapped up in saran wrap. Starts, you know, at the time we called them box pieces, which is a box of cigarettes, carton of cigarettes. And it's a little fold, man. It's maybe 2 grams. And that would go, you know, you get a carton of cigarettes for that. It's almost $60. Or if you bought, you know, weight, like a quarter or better, he'd look out. So he breaks me off. And at that moment there, I realized what level he was on. He was on a different level than everybody else. He wasn't getting a couple balloons. He wasn't, you know, getting this, getting that. This dude was getting work inside the prison. Next time he calls me over, and I don't know if he dealt with me because he knew, like, hey, I wouldn't tell nobody, you know, B, I'm minding my business. C, I was good with money, you know, what not to try to jack him, didn't, you know, all them things. But the next time he called me over, it was the same thing but different. ½ pound of weed, like an ounce of dope. bagging up heroin, bagging up weed, breaks me off some of both. Boom, I go sell them, keep a little bit of the weed for myself. Dudes got on to what was going on with him and realized there's no way he's getting this, through the VI. None, zero. Like, it can't be happening. So they started hating. And when I mean hating, they're trying to figure out which guard is bringing it in. Because they're looking to apply pressure. Y'all bringing the white boy to pack. Nah, y'all gonna bring it to us, man. You gonna bring it to us. Couldn't nobody figure it out. They didn't never see him talking to nobody. Never seen him talking to no guard. Just, this pack just keeps showing up. He keeps getting it, keeps getting it, keeps getting it. Then the guard makes a mistake, man. Guard by the name of Gary. And I can put it out there because Gary got towed off. Gary walks by Casper's cell one night, and I've told y'all this. Y'all need to listen when I say this. Somebody is always watching. Somebody's always listening. You can tell one person something and two other people are hearing. If you open hand slap somebody and get to rumbling with it, no matter where you really try to take it, somebody's going to see it. That's going to get out. Same thing happens with these guards and these drugs. Guard walks by Casper's cell late at night. I'm talking late night. They would alternate shifts from time to time, but it's probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. The guard's just doing his rounds. And one of the blood dudes seen him drop something in Casper's cell. Light bulb goes off right then and there. Damn, it's Gary. Pissed dudes off because they had all pushed up on Gary. Gary was like a street dude, younger dude. You know what I mean? You could see and understand that he would definitely bring the pack in. You know what I mean? This wasn't his first rodeo with drugs. He looked like the type of dude that, not to judge, but you could pretty much assume that Gary had sold drugs in the past, the way he carried himself, the way he talked, things he talked about, the way he kicked it with the inmates. Dudes pushed up on Casper about it, and Casper's, he's a barbarian, he's a savage, he's a renegade. He's about that knife play, he lets them know. And they tried him from the jump with the trying to extort him. You're gonna break it off. He wasn't breaking off nothing. You know what I mean? He pulled the knife out, was legitly, ready to die behind this. He was gonna kill people behind this. His money was long. So they find out he's getting it from Gary. They push up on him again. Hey yo, put in a word for us, man. Put us down. Nah, y'all gonna, you know what I mean? Too many people is a bad thing. It's sometimes less is more, man. And he didn't want nobody else messing with Gary, because that's what's gonna happen. Gary's gonna get tore off. Now the word starts spreading. It got to me immediately. I went to him. I said, yo, Casper, man, people talking about you getting the pack from Gary. Somebody seen him drop it in the cell. So you're gonna have to handle this, man. You gotta push up on the dude that's talking shit, the dudes that are running around gossiping, because if not, this dude's gonna get tore off. Gary's good, man. If he does get tore off, fuck him. He's a guard. You know what I mean? I don't really care. Ain't much they can do to me. I already got a pile of time. So I'm like, hey, man, it is what it is. This goes on for a minute with these dudes going to Gary trying to get the CO to bring stuff in for him. And he's acting stupid. He's acting like he don't know what they're talking about. I'm not bringing nothing in. I ain't brought nothing in. Now they're watching each night that he's on, and they continuously see him dropping it inside Casper's cell. Like I've told y'all before, it always goes bad. It always ends bad. They catch Gary coming down the staircase one day, and the blood dude's waiting the staircase for him. And one of the bigger dudes, man, I ain't gonna put his name out, pushes up on him, and it's like, yo, they got him cornered now in the staircase. There's 3 flights of stairs you got to go up to get to the 3rd floor. They got him cornered in the staircase, and there's only one way he can go, and that's down. He's got dudes that come out behind him, dudes that stand in front of him. There's nowhere for him to go. This is a correctional officer. They, pushed up on him and told him, you're gonna bring the pack in, man. He plays stupid. Tries to hit him with the okey doke, to run around. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't bringing no pack in. Dude hits him, punches him right in his shit. Maybe you not understanding me. You gonna bring the pack in, or we're gonna beat that ass. You gonna bring us the pack. Gary still, you can't hit me. I'm a CO. I lock all y'all's asses down. We know what you're doing. Don't act like we don't know what you're doing. You can't, you know what I mean? Telling us if you want to, we'll get your ass gone. You bringing in drugs. He just runs his mouth. They go ahead and jump him. Beat the CO up right there in the hallway in the staircase. Gary comes in the pod. Right after this, he comes in to do his rounds. He's got knots on his forehead. It's wintertime. He's trying to pull his beanie down to cover the knots and stuff where they hit him on his head. Kind of limping. I guess they hurt his leg when they stomped him. Gary held water. Gary said, I'm not bringing the pack in. These dudes beat the hell out of this guard in the staircase. He continues to bring Casper the pack. He ain't scared of these dudes. Casper's paying this man phenomenal money for these drugs he's bringing in. Casper's got crazy money because he was a contract killer, so his money's off the chain, man. He's just got long money, and he's making, you know, whatever he's getting in, he's making that back probably times 50, because, you know, so little goes for so much. It's the first time I ever heard this in my life. I don't know what y'all think. I think snitching is snitching. Okay, who you tell on, white, black, whatever it may be. Snitching is snitching. Gary gets locked up. Gary's coming in the institution one day, coming into the prison. You know, he knew which guards weren't going to mess with him, which ones would, which ones were about that shakedown. They pull him to the side. They strip him, tear him off. He's got dope, coke, weed, all this stuff on him. Gary goes straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not get out of jail free. Your ass is hit, you going to jail. They come in there and they lock Casper up. They catch Casper with so much shit. I'm standing in my cell and I got the mirror out the door so I can look down to his cell. And they're passing out these evidence bags and they got the investigators in there. One bag's got a cell phone in it. Then they got a big bag of weed that's in a clear evidence bag. Then they got another bag that's got all these small bags of weed, you know, these box pieces of stuff bagged up inside of it. Then they got a bag with individual heroin that's bagged up. Then they got a bag with a lot of heroin that's in a big bag. They got bags of coke. Man, this dude had everything. Pills, you name it, he had it. If it was in demand, you could buy, he would supply. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, somebody told. I ain't never seen such shit in my life. And these were gang members now. We're sitting out there at the bleachers one day and they're just talking about it. Just talking about it. They had decided if they couldn't get the pack, neither could he, and the guard wouldn't continue bringing it in. Dude set out his mouth, and I quote, "It ain't snitching if you tell on a white boy. You tell on a white boy, that ain't telling, that ain't snitching." Wow. Shit blew my mind. You can't condone who you can and can't tell on. Then the dude was like, and telling on a guard? That dude holds us down every day. We locked up. He'll tell on me, so if I tell on him, I'm wrong? Like, hell no. We gonna get in on this money. If we don't eat, don't nobody eat. Just like that, Casper was shipped up off there. Gary was sent to jail, had to go to court proceedings, and everything went back to normal. But it just goes to show you people's mindset. It goes to show you that when you're doing better than others or doing what others can't do, they will eliminate you at all costs. Casper didn't care. He wasn't shook at all. You know what I mean? Like, dude had a rack of time to do. Probably never going home. I'm sure he's not. And Gary, I don't know what happened with Gary. I don't know if he ended up in prison or whatnot. But ain't nobody give a shit about him. And I want y'all to remember that when you're doing good in life, people will do what they can to knock you off your high horse. Even if what you're doing is illegal, if you're doing what you're doing is not illegal, people don't want to see nobody else eat. They don't want to see nobody else shine. So do what you do, but keep it on the low. Try to keep it legal. But if you're out here mixed up in stuff you ain't supposed to be, just remember, when the wolves get hungry, they gonna eat. And it might be you that gets eaten. So look, man, I got coronavirus. I don't feel good. But I'm trying to keep y'all watching, man. Keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? Y'all know what this is, man. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. To all my real ones. And there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. Salute.